In a time long ago, there lived in the kingdom of GEFORCE a sorcerer named Zarok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the realm for his own. The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortescue, led the militia into battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat before the scythe, and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortescue went down in history that day as the hero of GEFORCE, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years. And then the sorcerer returned.
It has risen again. Sir Daniel Fortescue, see? The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge. The fog of war and the shrouds of time conspire to turn the arrow fodder into the saviour of the day. But we knows better. Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance. A chance to forget the ignoble truth. A chance to defeat Zarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
Oh my goodness. We're playing MediEvil, man. Oh my goodness. This is one of the greatest games of all time. Like, without a question. This is, like, my most nostalgic game I ever played as a kid. Seth, don't forget to show off that you own the game, because this is actually one of the few things in my PS1 collection I'm pretty proud of. So, yeah. MediEvil 1. Absolutely stellar game. I used to own this back on a really, really old demo disc. I would come home from school every day and just play that over and over. Didn't matter how many times I played it, I fucking loved this game. I didn't buy this till I was 18 because, you know, didn't have a job, parents were poor, I was deprived my medieval violence, you know. So, clearly, I love it as an adult. Now, I'm gonna be real here, this is a fantastic game. And, the Was It As Good As I Remember by Josh Strife is an absolute garbage video. And his entire information about the game is terrible. And I'm gonna have to refrain from calling him a fucking idiot every 5 seconds like I did yesterday in the test record. So, yeah. This game is fantastic. We are running this on EPEXE. We are running this off the disc as well. I'm really trying to, like, not gush because I love this game so much. I've played MediEvil maybe 8 or 9 times. I played it 2 times in preparation for this series as well. This was also voted by you guys. Yeah, that's right, you. I'm talking about you, whoever you are. Go on my community channel page. Go there, be there. I post all sorts of cool stuff every now and then. This was polled. The other game that was included was Ninja. That is by Eidos Software. That was actually on the same demo disc as this game, which is why I kind of threw it in there too. Oh man, that game is brutal. Anyways, so we're playing MediEvil. So, I absolutely love this game. It's fantastic. It is gorgeous, it's stylistic, it's interesting, it's fun. It's not a very complex game, it's not very long either. We're going to be going level by level, unless there's some sort of exception, of course. I'll explain how the game controls now, so you get an idea for it. I am using a joystick, by the way, because I value my sanity. So, you can use the D-pad, you can use the joystick, double tapping in a direction and holding it will leave, you know, you in a running state. Triangle is to guard. We'll actually see this in a minute. Let's pick up this item real fast. So when you have a shield equipped, you can also block damage. Select is your inventory button. This is how you access keys, all that cool shit. And we get way more items than just this short sword later on. Up at the top there, the left is the thing we have equipped, our life bar, money we have currently, and X is going to be your basic attack, and square is going to be either a charge-up attack, usually a bit stronger with a different range. Circle is jump, like I said, triangle is guard. R1 is going to be to do the spy crab maneuver. It's pretty intense. I'm going to turn the music down just a tiny bit more because it is really loud. I don't want it to drown me out either, as much as I love this game's music. So, Yeah, that's pretty important. You can use this mainly when you have ranged weapons. It looks really goofy, but it is kind of useful every now and then. L2 and R2 rotate the camera, and if we have a projectile weapon, you can see that little green ball. That's actually our aiming reticle. We can hit L1 and we'll switch targets. So, yeah, don't be like Josh Strife and use the fucking arm the entire game. No, that guy's an idiot and everything he says about this game is garbage because he's garbage. And I'm gonna have to refrain from calling him garbage every 5 minutes. Yeah, that guy's video's trash. Everything he says is garbage. Just don't pay attention to it. So, over here is what's called a life bottle. There's 9 of these in the entire game. When you pick those up, you get an extra potion up above your head. That's basically an extra 300 life points. Kind of like an extra life, if you will. And then there's also energy vials that will refill your health as well. These are throwing daggers. These are just basically a projectile weapon. They're pretty garbage. I'm not going to really use them, probably ever. And yeah, we can also interact with things in the environment with the X button. So you can see these books will tell you what to do if you're a dum-dum. And these are runes. They don't give you sick magic XP, by the way. They just give you keys. They're like keys in Doom or something. There's, let me check, Star, Earth, Chaos, and Time runes. This is money. So little bags give you 10, and I think you get 50 for every big treasure pile thing you pick up too. These are used to buy things like throwing daggers, recharging things, enchanting items. It's pretty important. You do not get very much gold in this game, and to prove it correctly, this game requires 0 grinding. Josh Strife is a fucking idiot, so these chests you can just open up with a weapon, and you get things like copper shields, there's traps as well. So the 150 in this is the durability. That basically means once it's broken, it's broken. We can also guard with this way. You cannot swim in this game. If you go in anything deeper than this, you'll die. If you die to something like that, you actually lose 300 HP. So, kind of a big deal. This game does have platforming. There's also an ability we don't have yet called the Daring Dash, which I'll get into later. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not very many crazy controls to this game. It's actually quite simple. Thank you guys for voting it in, because I absolutely had a blast playing through it. And remember this spot here for later. We're actually going to come back here on our next, probably next level or two. So, awesome. And I'll explain how this works. So every time you see these green particles, that's actually the end of the level. The instruction manual says it's supposed to be Xerox, evil magic residue as well. It's pretty cool. So, this is the map screen. We can move around. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. This game has a linear path, but it's non-linear at the same time. There's not a lot of backtracking, and I'll actually go into how to do the levels in the correct order, because there is a correct and incorrect way of playing the game. And this is the graveyard level. Oh my god. This was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. This... Holy shit, dude. This was incredible. This, on the PS1 when it came out, was the most groundbreaking shit you'd ever seen in a video game. And fucking look at these little hands! God damn, you don't get anything like this on the fucking N64. So, oh man. I would come home from school and just play this game over and fucking over. It was so good. So, this is our first enemy type. These are zombies. Now, combat is pretty important to learn how to do. Don't be like Josh Strife and be a fucking idiot. Range combat is not that good in this game. It's mainly used for boss fights. Each weapon has its own distinctive arc, and every time you kill an enemy, you can see that little 23% over there. Every time you kill an enemy, you get more soul, and once that fills up, you get a chalice for each level. Now, the chalices are actually unlocked sequentially, so if you finish this level, then you skip the next one, it'll be the second one, and then so and so. So getting them in the exact order is very important. You can replay levels for items, but it's completely unnecessary, by the way. And this game has a shitload of different enemy types. This is a healing fountain. Those do run out after a while, so you can't just sit in there and, get them over and over. You do need to actually eventually move on. So, yeah, the healing things are in some levels, not every single one, but quite a few of them have it. But that's the chalice over there. It's actually pretty nifty. You can see that if we kill an enemy, they actually go into it, like their souls. It's pretty fucking cool. So, man, you have no idea. When this game came out, it was such a blast. It really was. Have I played MediEvil 2? Yes, I have played MediEvil 2. Did I like it? I didn't finish the game. I actually played it on an emulator with a friend maybe like a decade ago. And when I played, I wasn't like super blown away, but I have played the demo for it, which I think had the museum and the T-Rex boss fight. I'm pretty sure. And I think I played up until maybe halfway through the game. I just didn't like it as much. I think it was a little bit too unfocused. But overall, MediEvil's a series that I think it didn't need a sequel personally, but you know, this was the age of let's see what hits the wall and sticks. So it really didn't need a sequel, but it is out there, but it's pretty fucking pricey. I don't remember how much I paid for this, probably like 30 bucks when I bought this. I think the sequel on eBay is like 60 bucks, which is just insane in my mind. So every level, like I said, has one of those little chalices in it. We pick one of those up and we get a special goodie at the end of each level. We get one in. So, and trust me, they are totally worth it. There's very few that are useless. They all have some sort of function in the game at some point. So over here, by the way, this... Actually, let me kill these zombies so I don't take any damage. This is actually a stone gargoyle. These guys will actually sell you items like throwing daggers, different ammunitions. They'll enchant items after a while. But you know, I'll get into it when we get there. I've played this game like 2.5 times this week, okay? I am absolutely just like ready to get it over with because I love this game and I want to move on to other things too. So, this game is pretty damn awesome. Now, I'm just going to move past this since I don't need to actually do it. But we can also talk to these guys for lore if you really want to.
Tread softly. Zarok awaits beyond these gates. The master meets with the demon from the mausoleum, hatching plots of purest evil. Forgotten nobodies would be wise to make themselves scarce.
And so, yeah, they actually have some pretty good voice acting in this game, all things considered. But every time you finish a level when you get a chalice, you get to go to the Hall of Heroes, man. Basically, it's like Valhalla, I guess is one way of looking at it, just where bros become bros, you know?
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes, where the bravest warriors from history spend eternity, feasting, singing, and arm wrestling. If they think you're worthy enough, you may be able to persuade them to give you a new weapon.
So yeah, this is really quite an important part of the game. There's your, you know, fraudster Hollywood Hulk jokester guy over there. That's you. Obviously, Dan's not a hero. He was a complete liar in his real life, and he died immediately, except everyone recorded the history as him being like a superhero. But everybody here pretty much knows that's bullshit, which is why you don't technically have a hero statue. It's really cool. I like the story of this game. It's neat.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your side again, sir. But hold, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it at the Battle of Gallowmere. After you were slain, I shot Zarok's champion, Lord Kardok, a clean kill through the eye at some 1,000 yards. Not that there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir. Oh, goodbye, sir.
And yeah, that's our first toy. We get a crossbow. This is basically just like upgraded version of the throwing knives, and it shoots faster. It is pretty useful for the beginning, so yeah. Oh, I love this game, could you tell? I seriously think it's one of my favorite PS1 games, and it holds up incredibly well. So, like I said, we're going to be doing this level by level. and I'll show you guys the best order to get 100%. It's not very hard, and as you can see here in a second, I actually did do that other playthrough last night, but I was a little angry. So, yeah, we'll do the next level in the next one. I'll see you then.